Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the King of Lethwei, Dave Leduc. Dave, always great to see you. I know you've been busy as ever. You're now the face of a new fight promotion. It's going down in Slovakia, October 29th. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Thanks for having me, Andrew. Yeah, it's only 2 weeks away. I feel the pressure right now because we've been on a big crypto media tour. Like we've been on a lot of spaces on Twitter, and people are jumping on board and excited about this. Especially that we made it. The first show is a gift to the community. It's gonna be free to watch for everybody online. No need to hack anything. No need to pay a premium to watch it. It's gonna be our gift. And so like the crypto world is insane online, and they've been jumping on board. We've had great sponsors, and so right now I'm just doing the final touches. Like the card. There's been some changes, and getting the ring girls. As simple as that. Like we're basically just finalizing the whole thing, and it's happening. It's exciting. I'm flying in a few days, and we're going to be scouting around the castle in Slovakia and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be hectic.
So, just for fans who don't know, they're going to be able to catch it on YouTube. We're going to have, I don't know what latest changes have made for the card, but we're going to have MMA and Lethwei. We're going to have a Lethwei world title on the card.
Yeah, exactly. So the changes that it's more on the first fights in MMA, and it's just like two guys who got injured. But the main event, co-main event, and another Lethwei fight as well hasn't moved. The main event is Daniel Lariviere from Canada against Michael Kosick from Slovakia. He's the hometown guy. He's gonna be, of course, he's gonna have his full in to cheer for him. But Dan comes in with a lot of experience. He fought at the early, I think, professional fight league before it was called PFL, I believe, or I think, I'm not sure the exact name, but it was. So he has an MMA background, Lethwei, undefeated in Lethwei. So he's gonna bring the heat. He's got a crazy highlight reel KO in London in Lethwei with a beautiful like suplex or big takedown. So he did a lot of headbutts as well. So he's ready to fight. Kosick, a younger fighter, Hungary, and he's undefeated as well in Lethwei. He's been active in Europe, fought in Lethwei again. So it's going to be really a clash of very exciting guys to watch. And yeah, I really want everybody to tune in to watch this. I'm very proud that our first event is going to be a world championship fight. The belt has been finalized. I'm going to receive it very soon. We also made like a beautiful champ chain, we call it. So it's going to be the belt and a nice chains for the winner of this historical fight, the first world championship fight of Lethwei, in Europe outside of Myanmar.
So, some fans who are interested in crypto or in MMA might have first heard of Marshall Inu back with the UFC a little while ago. Had fighters like Colby Covington and Aljamain Sterling talking about it. For the uninitiated, can you explain what is the relationship between crypto and your fight promotion?
Very fair question. So it all started about 6 months ago. So Marshall Inu is a cryptocurrency on Ethereum blockchain, and they started as I realized as a meme token, we call it, based on the dog of Joe Rogan, Marshall Rogan, and basically it started as a joke, but they got a lot of buys, a lot of traction, and they had a lot of funds. So they started again. The goal was to the mission got more serious as it went up. I think the goal was to, I didn't expect it to reach $200 million in market cap. So that's like a valuation of the token for almost $250,000. So they started sponsoring fighters to help them in the journey, amateur, LFA, professional league, a lot of different leagues, get shout outs after their fight, after they win the fight. So they really got a lot of traction. And as I pretty much at the peak before the beginning of the bear market, we call it the slow market in crypto. We sponsored the entire card of UFC 72. I think it was Colby Covington against Jorge Masvidal. So both of them were actually sponsored. So it was really like a win-win. Like whoever wins is going to get a shout out from Marshall Inu, and it was a win-win for both fighters. And Colby ended up winning. The funny part is that he basically gave a shout out to Marshall Inu the dog of Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan was, like I said in our last interview, he was the one interviewing. So it was, I think it was a big like what happened moment. I think UFC had to really tighten the screw on the shout outs at the end of the fight, because they were like, we're basically giving a lot of clout to sponsors that haven't given any sponsorship money. But so it was really a crazy run. So the natural step of Marshall Inu was to basically continue to help fighters, but in a more controlled way, in a more in a way that's fun and that involved. Because now the way we set up the the marketing championship is that fighters are basically able to get donations and basically a tip box. I don't think it was. I told you guys last time, but a tip box we are going to be able to give. If you like a fight, if you like a big war, you're going to be able to give directly to your favorite fighter. Fans are able to practice like even scoring, so they're able to score the fights as well. So there's a big thing involving ecosystem involving the fight fans, and that was the natural step after basically dominating the virtual world and the crypto world. Now Marshall Inu is seen as a reference when it comes to meme token, because in a way not every coin goes on this mass run. Usually, it's a couple $1 million in valuation, but this was insane. So we amassed a lot of credibility with this, and now the natural step is to go and dominate our sphere, which is the fighting sphere, and basically take fighting for fighters and taking care of fighters into our own hand. We are able to pay them, what they're worth. We're able to give them tools and opportunities to get their money, like the donation tip, the donation box. That's another way. So we're basically trying to pioneering the way for fighting, and it's already working, because UFC already started the crypto bonuses, all these things. So it was. They were only sponsored at the time by crypto.com, and now they're doing bonuses. So that's something that we started. And again, this is amazing. I want every promotion to be inspired by what we're doing, because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit the fighters.
How pleased are you? Because I know you love crypto, but what you did for Lethwei, you became the king of Lethwei, and some people have seen you on Joe Rogan, and that might be the first experience they had with the mention of the sport of Lethwei, particularly in the US. How pleased are you to see and get another opportunity to bring this sport to new people alongside crypto and alongside being a fight promoter for the first time?
That's a great question, because that's something that's dear to my heart. After the big run in 2019, that was like we went on the show, and then we started. I actually won my fight. We brought the first Lethwei World Championship fight on U.S. soil, so that was another big milestone for me to be part of this. Nobody can ever take that away from me, and also like I finalized my rivalry with a I don't want to say an enemy, but somebody that we had our frictions together. So now I was happy to basically put that away and to finish in a clear way against Washington. But now, I guess I don't know what the word, like you asked me in my other interviews we did about what's next for me as a fighter. Right now, my son is growing up. He's ready to travel with me if we need to go fight. So I'm ready. I feel great. I'm training. But I've always been a businessman. I never positioned myself. I never like presented myself like I'm a fighter first. Like everybody's a fighter in their life, and I'm a fighter, yes. But I always been, when I was 19 years old, I was a bank manager, a mortgage manager. Nobody knows about that. But like initially, I'm a little nerd, intellectual guy. I had my limousine company, so I like to do biz. I like to build stuff. Fighting was just something that came naturally with me, and I think I had a lot of anger or energy to let out, and I like headbutts. So it just worked. It worked perfectly. But all this to say that. Building stuff, that was a natural thing, and right now I'm giving my all into this. Let's see what's gonna happen. Are we gonna get bought out? Are we gonna I'm just excited, and I just enjoy the journey of doing this. We're getting a lot of companies that want to partner with us, already existing promotions that want to do collaborations. But to answer your question, basically to be able to merge that. I love crypto because I'm a big proponent of taking the power back. I don't like governments. I guess people say that I'm a libertarian. I don't know what that means, but I like to be. I just like do whatever you want. I'll do what I want. Just leave me alone. And I like the least amount of government power overreach as possible. And nobody can argue that we had, whatever the reason, we had a massive overreach in the last couple of years of worldwide governments in our way what we do with ourselves and our bodies as well. So like I want to, at least I can control. Take more control of my finances. So that's what I like about crypto. We can take some power back of the world been dictating our life forever. So crypto is a big part of my life. I don't hold any money in banks anymore. It's all in crypto. And people asking, well, Dave, that's risky. Well, it's not all in volatile coins. It's in stable coins that are not moving. Stable coins, it's called. So it's not. I just don't trust banks. So and inflation and everything, I'd rather make a 30% increase on my money than to maybe hope for a 1% after a year. And I can, if I leave it in fiat currency, I can actually potentially, like in Turkey, the inflation will rise for like 50%. So if you had money in the bank here, you're done. Your net worth less half. So anyway, so crypto and my passion of Lethwei, what changed my life, what brought me everything, brought me my wife as well. We met because of that and everything. So now I'm able to do another milestone is, even though I'm not going to be fighting this one, I'm the one putting it together, and we're going to see a world championship fight in Europe. Man, as a fight fan, I'm like a little baby right now. I'm super stoked.
You've had so many crazy chapters in your life. I remember hearing your name around Prison Fight, which was that's a while back now. What year was that? But can you tell us a little bit how that came about?
Yeah, that's still very close in my mind. It's 2014. I was just trying to make my name. I was fighting in Thailand at the time because I did not know how to get a call to go fight in Lethwei, Myanmar. When I went to Thailand, it's because Myanmar was closed down and it was very hard to enter. It was just getting into opening to the world, and I didn't know how to go to Myanmar. But I wanted to go fight Lethwei because I was always a black sheep. I'm like, all my friends were when I was younger, they were going to like government job. I'm like, I'll open a limousine company, or like, when I'm gonna go fight, instead of fighting like everybody else, I want to go fight in Lethwei, the most dangerous one, the most controversial one. So I always chose the unpaved path. I always chose actually the hardest path. And I also I like the idea that like you could make more money as well. If you look at I don't want to go into the numbers, but like if you look at what I was able to generate with again, it's not for everybody, but I knew that this path was going to be better for me. More media coverage, more attention. Like our friend Chelsea says, like money follows attention. So if you have the attention, you have the money, like everything. That's why Super Bowl, the ads for Super Bowl are worth so much money, because they have the attention once a year and it's worth a lot of money. So when I fight Lethwei, people talk about it. People like, this is crazy. They wouldn't do it themselves. Like, I'm gonna watch this crazy guy hit me. So all this to say, yeah. I was in Thailand and I was trying to build my name up, and it was just I was getting some small stadium fights. It wasn't enough to grab the attention of a promoter in Myanmar. And I fell on the prison fight documentary for Vice News, and man, I'm like, this, I need to get on this show at any cost. So I started like finding this promoter. He's a Russian guy that was helping the Thai government, they call it the Justice Department. So he was working on building these shows, and there was already a lot of inmates that were participating in these prison fights. And a lot of them, like, they fought in Lumpini, they fought in Rajamandan. They were legit killers that did some mistakes. And actually, I think a girl, she also participated in the boxing match inside the prison, and she ended up winning the WBC fight, the title, and she got her sentence revoked. So she left the prison because of that. So I find it was so badass, Andrew. Like, you basically fight for freedom, and that's the name of the event, for freedom. And I got matched with I got in. and almost didn't happen actually. Like he said, "Oh, we can't do it." I said, "Man, just do it. I'm gonna do it for free." I went inside. I said, "I'll fight for free." That's how much I was hungry, and you have to, and that's what put me on the map. I fought this guy who was. I think he did like a murder, but he was there for drugs for 12 years and methamphetamine trafficking. But he fought in Lumpini. He's a legit guy, and he was a hell of a fight. I really thought he's gonna go down. He didn't go down. I dropped so many elbows on top of his head. He had so much reaction on his head that his face and his body. We both looked like we were dropped like in movie Stephen King, like Carrie. The blood on her. He had so much blood. It was all his blood. Man, I'm reliving this. So anyway, he started the rounds and by decision. And I remember the warden of the prison, like in a fucking movie, the warden of the prison was like they had lazy boys. They had lazy boys on the next to the ring, so they were all watching with popcorn or nuts. They were watching the fight. Literally, the lazy boys couldn't touch me in my corner almost. Like, it was really crazy. And then I bowed down to them. Thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, I actually I went shake his hand, and yeah, it was. I'm writing everything about this about the book. It was, and then something else happened, and then I went to wash myself in one of the bathroom there. A guard was guarding this place. There was a bathtub was full of water. I started putting water on my body, and in a matter of seconds, the entire floor was red, completely red, and it was a white floor. So I looked like I just. Anyway, everything's gonna be in the book, but prison fight was something that marked my life. And afterwards, I got. Actually, I think the promoter was watching this, or he got to hear of this, and a year later, after continuing, I got a call saying, "Hey, we remember you from prison fight. We need a badass guy. We need a guy that's gonna fight against Tutu. Nobody wants to do it right now." So I said, "Yeah, let's go." So that's the rest is history.
There's so many different directions we could go because there's so many great chapters, which is why I think it's a good idea to write this book. But you've won multiple world titles. You were the first foreigner to win the golden belt in Myanmar, which is a massive deal. I'm interested, which means the most to you of your Lethwei titles?
You're putting me on the spot. That's hard. I have them with me right now here, and actually the smallest one, the one that weighs the less, is the nice wing one. It's the one I won for the golden belt, the 2016 Air KBZ tournament. I like this one because it kickstarted the entire journey. It's the first one I got, the first belt I ever won as well, and then afterwards, I mean, the WLC belt is the coolest because it also the same. It's from the same manufacturer of the 1NC, so it's the same weight and the same thickness, and it's really really well done. I mean, I can go. I did Tokyo one again. I fought in Japan. I got 3 fights in Tokyo. A little childhood of mine to go fight in Japan, like Street Fighter, like all my video games. The World Championship fight against Cyrus Washington in US, again, not in Moscow. All this to say, I cannot answer this. They all have their special thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, but I can't say they're too special. It's Tokyo is amazing. Oh man, I don't know. I just love what I do. Look, at the end of the day, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna get to the grave. What's cool about them? It's not the material. It's not what it represents. It's what it brings me. So I was able, like the orphanage in Myanmar. I'm able to do more stuff right now. Right now I'm giving a platform to educate people on taking power back to their own life with crypto and stuff like that. I'm able to give money to fighters right now that were in my place. I wish I had a company or a promotion or a promoter that was planning these things and try to, when I was living in a one bedroom, not even one bed one bed room, as big as a toilet for most people, and I was living there. I wish I actual help at the time, but now I'm able to use my position to help the future stars.
I'm gonna have to ask you, because you're still pretty young, right? You still have a lot of, if you want to, you can still win more titles. Fans will want to know what happened with Buakaw, and will you guys ever fight? He's now in BKFC. How do you feel about him now? What's the scenario with you guys?
Well, I really think he has a lot to lose for this fight because I'm just stronger than him. I have more knockout power. I have if I land him, I would land one elbow. It would be over. I don't. I think he used to fight in recent years with Muay Thai gloves, and it's just it hits differently. Most Thai guys that goes into Lethwei to test himself, they get really you get really overwhelmed by the brutality of the no glove because in Lethwei the little gauze that we have is nothing compared to Shook when they have the big ropes. They actually have small gloves and ropes around it to look like, but it's basically Lethwei, it's faster, it's smaller, it's sneakier. You can pierce the guard with this, and once you're inside, you can do the headbutt. I know he would never fight me with a headbutt. I think he's afraid, and not only him, but a lot of people don't want to do it, don't want that heat. Um, I really feel right now I'm training like an animal. I'm training for me and for my son, and to be a good world for him. I really feel like nobody can take me right now on feet. I'm training my ground as well, but that's another story right now. I feel at 30 years old, I think I'm going to be even stronger in a few years, like maybe 32, 33. I'm not even at my high testosterone level right now. Um, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not scared of anybody on the feet. There's many things that can happen. Buakaw, he's afraid, man. He fought a little fucking journeyman in BKFC fight. Is disgusting. He doesn't want. He doesn't want. He doesn't. It's over. He's, I mean, maybe he's getting a bag, whatever. He wants a real fight. He wants the real final fight, a legacy. The, this money that offered by promoter. This would be the biggest pay per view. So it's just like at this point, I think he already already refused a big sum of money. This would be the biggest fight in stand up sport because it's just Muay Thai against Lethwei. All Muay Thai guys, they love to hate me. A lot of them love me as well because I'm telling the truth about there's a lot of people that even say there's a lot of toxicity in the Muay Thai community in America, a lot of rivalry. People, they just kind of like they get the culture. I don't know. It's just it would be I think it would be very healthy for the culture of combat sport, despite that, to shut a lot of people up about many things when it comes to Muay Thai and Lethwei. I would actually beat him without my headbutts and with gloves on. I'm that confident in my skills when it comes to knockout power and elbows. He has not. I mean, he has nothing. I'm not afraid of anything that he could do. He's just used to fighting recent guys. I don't know. So let's see what happens. But right now, maybe I could even host it on Marshall Fighting Championship. That's what I said in one of our interviews the other day with Andre. I said, if there's no Lethwei fight right now that's happening because of Myanmar, I'll fucking fight in my own league. So we're gonna host it maybe in Colombia or whatever. We'll see. But I wanna at least I need one last fight, and then I could just rise to the sunset. I don't even need to fight anymore. I already made my money. I already did my thing. I'm doing this for fun. So let's maybe a good farewell fight. And if Buakaw's not a pussy, we could make it happen. And but I don't at that point, like I'm not interested into small fights. It has to be a big fight. BKFC Dave Feldman. I had talks with him. Chatri also said that he wants Lethwei. Already had Lethwei actually in WIN FC. So let's see, what's the biggest offer. And WIN FC, BKFC, WLC might start again. But man, regardless, I'm going for the kill. I'm going for the last highlight reel KO, and then I'm going to the mountain, raising my kid, growing my fruits, solar panels, and fuck everybody, fuck the government, fuck everything.
So I'm gonna finish off, if it's cool with you, with a quick fire. Just pretty short and sharp answers. So who is the most exciting striker?
Most exciting striker? It's me.
Which MMA fighter would you most like to see fight Lethwei?
I think it would be nice to see Masvidal do it because he already fought bare knuckle and he's the perfect style for that. So that could be exciting to see him in Lethwei with headbutts. Probably threw some in some street fights in the past. So let's do it on a big stage.
What's the coolest thing about Lethwei?
The coolest thing for me is the fact that there's a lot of KO win is one of the biggest one because it's not just it's a draw if there's no KO. No, it actually changes the entire way you fight. You're not looking for points. If you look at Lumpini fights and Rajamanin style, it's really one that they fight, boom, boom, you attack, I attack, you attack. It's almost like a video game. Like it's not like a berserker. I like the berserking aspect of Lethwei sometimes because it's a real fight and you don't care. Oh my god, I need to score kicks at the fourth round. Like that's when I need to do kicks on the fourth round, and I want to do elbows, and they score. They're worth more points. No, Lethwei, we score on damage. If there's actually like a WLC, there's a scoring system. So it's still even when there is, it's still on damage, on blood, on ring control, dominance, headbutt. So like I think this is the coolest aspect. Of course, people know it because of the lack of the glove and the headbutt. So, but yeah, for me, I find in Myanmar, it's actually the smell of the beetle nut in the stadium in Myanmar. You're not anywhere else in the world than in the Lethwei stadium. And for me, it's the feeling I get getting ready for a fight, and the fight fans are really incredible. And in Myanmar, there's no alcohol served in the stadium, so it's all about the fight, and they're just crazy. So the fight fans and the culture surrounding Lethwei.
All right, quick fire answers. Who's the biggest imposter in combat sports?
Well, at the moment, I think Buakaw is for the remaining of his career. He's becoming an imposter. So he's nothing impressive for me right now. So I don't know anybody else. I think Bob Sapp is not an imposter. I think he even said it. Like he said, I don't care. I'm just gonna get my money and leave. But yeah, no, I think there's a few. Andrew Tate is one. I think he fought in a very low level fighting promotion with no kicks. I think no low kicks. I believe, or like no very limited arsenal. So that would be somebody that would be if he's a big dog, if he's a top G. Let's see, when you're only the top Gs, they fight in Lethwei. Only the big dogs fight in headbutts allowed, no gloves, all takedowns allowed, a KO to win. That's top G shit. That's not let's fight with pants, with gloves, no knees, and no headbutts and no elbow. That's not top G. That's pussy.
That's a really good answer. Okay, we got 3 minutes 20. Let's get through these in quick fire. All right. What's the most interesting fight promotion?
Chetri has put something very cool with one championship right now with multi-disciplines, Muay Thai, MMA, grappling, kickboxing, and he's done Lethwei, so I have to give it to him because he's already built this promotion to a $1 billion big thing. That's without saying that I'm hoping to be one of the most exciting promotion with MFC. But as we speak, one championship for me is the most interesting because you never know what this is going to showcase on this. So it's fun to see all these things. So shout out to Chetri for that.
Who is the best Asian fighter?
The best Asian fighter, and what discipline?
Any fighter.
Okay. Well, I have to give it to Asian fighter. Asian. I mean, I always have a lot of respect for my former foe, Tuntu Min, for what he's achieved in Lethwei. So for me, it was a big honor to share the ring with him at 3 occasions. So Tuntu Min is for me. Also the rise to the top of Rodtang. I think he's been really. Before he went to one championship, I haven't really heard of him. So he rose to the top. So I would say Asian, because I'm not born in Asia. Tuntu Min and Rodtang.
Cool. I like that. And who's your dream fight? Past or present?
I'd like to fight myself in the multiverse.
I like it, man. This has been fantastic.